Any man who can murder their baby in such a brutal fashion in a hospital that's actually meant to be caring for that premature baby is mind-blowing. When Brendon was born, there was just issues as far as the staff were concerned regarding the way that the father acted towards the child. Daniel Gunter is the father. He's 27 years of age, but he'd really unsettled hospital staff. Now, around 3:30 a.m., a nurse basically asks if the baby is okay. And apparently the father in this case, he acted really oddly. So he seemed to be excited, she said, almost unnaturally animated is the quote. And she said that obviously when he reassured her that the child was okay at that moment in time, it was something that just really stuck in her mind. There was just something wrong about his reaction. So let's talk about Daniel Gunter. Now, there isn't a great deal of information about him out there, but he was in a relationship with Sophie Staddon. So Brandon's girlfriend was 20 years of age. Now, again, at 27 versus 20, so she has a lot of growing up to do. Now, they both lived together in temporary accommodation. It was in a converted pub in Somerset, and their lives were already coming under the scrutiny of social services. New. Approximately 4 a.m. on this fateful day, Sophie noticed that Brendon felt cold. So let's just put it into context. We know that the apparent father, the perpetrator in this case, had at 3:30 been asked whether Brendon was okay, and it seemed kind of agitated. But half an hour later, apparently Brendon is cold. Now that demonstrates there has been a period of time between this little boy dying and staff being informed that something was wrong. And then all hell breaks loose because the nurses and doctors are just desperate to try to revive him. As resuscitation efforts are going on, Sophie and Daniel Gunter do. I kid you not, guys. They literally left out of that ward where their baby had people trying his life and they went to smoke a cigarette. They didn't even come back in. They didn't ask for any at this moment in time, an exact understanding. Sadly, he was declared dead at 4:48 a.m. In fact, 8 minutes earlier, his father had already been arrested because they had him in their of who carried out the fatal blows, shall we say. Now, the actual autopsy found the most horrific reality. The injuries, like I said, were like somebody falling from a multi-story car park. But just to go through how horrific they were, they included a shaft, broken neck, fracture, broken legs, ankles and wrists. As ever, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments.